Hi guys, how are you all today evening? Good evening. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Raja Janaka continues to exult. He says that I am a part of this self which is infinite like the space. These universes come up from this ocean like waves. Because I am a part of this self, so I can also say that I am a part of this ocean from which these waves of universes appear. In that case, in this universe, which has actually appeared out of the space that is me, there is nothing to accept or reject or renounce or criticize. I am not a part of this universe which will in any way come back to me one day when the wave abates. When a wave appears on the ocean is not affected, but the wave comes out, slithers like a snake for a second, and then subsides into the same ocean and disappears. Raja Janaka says this universe will also appear from the self, live for some time, and then abate into the ocean or the space and disappear. This is the attitude of every living entity who has begun identifying himself or herself with the self. They have stopped the false ego of identifying themselves with this mind body complex. Every living entity who is identifying with the mind body complex collectively makes this universe. But the one who is a part of the self, abides in the self, remains happy in the self, and he or she is as detached from this universe as a drop of water from the lotus petal. There is no attachment. He or she is there and he or she is not there. Now, the comparison between a person in the universe and a person who is from the self is probably explained to the listener in the following way. This could be a crude example, but it is an example anyway to show how different the self and the universe and its inhabitants are. For example, if there is a man who owns a confectionery factory, he is making chocolates, biscuits, pastries, etc. every day and distributing them. If one friend of his or one person who has been invited to this man's birthday party buys one of the boxes of confectionery from the shop and gives it to this rich confectionery owner as a birthday gift, people will sneer at him because it is like carrying coal to Newcastle. You are giving chocolates to a man who is owning a complete factory. Similarly, a person who is a jeweler and who has a string of jewelry shops, if in his birthday party you give him a gift of a golden ring, people will laugh at your stupidity. They will think, how can you do such a ridiculous act? I'm sorry, I'm not talking about you. Let us say it is me. I have given this gift, people will laugh at my own stupidity. They will think, how stupid can this man be who is giving a gold ring as a gift to a jewelry shop owner? That is the way everyone deals when a person who abides in the self is treated by a person who identifies himself or herself as the mind-body complex. The sneering, the jeering, the ideas, opinions, thoughts, prejudices, discrimination, liking, disliking, and trying to dominate over a person who is abiding in the self is nothing but foolhardy. A person who is an ordinary living entity cannot dominate over a person who has identified himself or herself with the self. This everyone must remember. Similarly, a person who abides in the self does not care to dominate over the ordinary living entities or the universe. He or she just plays the sport of life as long as he or she is in this world. He or she is not attached with this universe. As soon as his or her assignment is over, he or she will go back into the self where he had come up from, just like the wave that had brought this universe. Actually, this man who abides in the self never left the self. He was just sitting there and playing his game inside this universe, which is visible but temporary. We all should abide in the self and act exactly like Raja Janaka. We should think that we are just passengers or visitors or short-time guests in this universe, and we have no connection with it whatsoever. As soon as our work is over, we must leave this place and live happily in our self and be self-contented. Kindly tell me what you think of my talk on this verse. If you sincerely believe that what I am talking is making sense, then kindly subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Please pardon me for my error, mistake, or blunder in spelling, grammar, diction, appearance, etc. because when I am talking to you on serious spiritual and material matters, I tend to ignore these frivolous things. Please feel free to share your ideas, opinions, thoughts, fears, doubts, etc. with me so that we all can brainstorm together and come up with new theories which are enlightening not only to us but also to the future generations. Till we meet in my next video, it is good evening from TSV Raghavan.